Okay, today for lesson 27, we're talking about multiplication as repeated addition and also elapsed time. Okay, if you want to follow along, we are on page 178 in your book. So you can pull up some of these. 178 starts our lesson. Suppose we want to find the total number of dots shown on these 4 dot cubes. Okay, what number do you see on each of those dot cubes? 5. One way we can find the total number of dots is to count the dots one by one. Is that the most efficient way, do you think? No. Another way is to recognize that there are 5 dots in each group and that there are 4 groups. So we can do 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, which gives me 20. So 5, 10, 15, 20. When we are doing repeated addition, like what you see right there on the board, we can simply use multiplication to show that we want to add 5 4 different times. Just wait until we're done. So we want to change this addition problem to a multiplication problem. I have 6 added together 5 different times. So 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. We see 5 6s. We can change that addition problem to a multiplication problem by writing either one of these. 5 times 6 here, or I can write it vertically, 6 times 5. Or could I do 5 times 6? Yeah, either one will work, okay? In the afternoon, yep, that name arrives home from school 1 hour and 50 minutes later than the time shown on the clock. What time does that person arrive home from school? Okay, so this is talking about elapsed time. Sorry, I have no idea how to say that. Sui? Anyway, let's just call that person Sue because that's a lot easier to say than whatever that says right there. So we're going to call that person Sue, and we want to know what time Sue arrives home from school. So this is where the elapsed time comes in. The time on the clock is 1:45 right now. We will describe 2 ways to find the time that is an hour and 50 minutes later. First, you can count forward 1 hour and 50 minutes. So if I count forward 1 hour from 1:45, what time would that be? 2:45. Plus 50 more minutes. So I would have to do 50 minutes from 2:45. So I could count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So that would put me at, would it be 2:45 or 3 something?
3.
That'd be 3. And then where is the 7 pointing right here? 35. Very good. And if you guys ever forget which number represents how many minutes, I have them back here on my board. All the little fan blades are each of the 5-minute increments. So back here on my board, you'll see like the 5, the 10, the 15, the 20, and so on. Okay, yes?
Wouldn't it be 2:35 because...
Well, you forgot to do the hour. If you just do 50 minutes from 1:45, it would be 2:35. But we've got the whole hour. So this step right here, 1 hour from 1:45 is 2:45. So then you're basically starting at 2:45, 50 minutes ahead of that puts you at 3:35. Does that make sense? Okay. Okay, another way you can do it says 1 hour and 50 minutes later. So right here, 1 hour and 50 minutes later. If I jumped ahead, same problem, is to count forward 2 hours from 1:45, which would put you at what time? 3:45, and then I can count back 10 minutes. Why would I count back 10 minutes? Anybody know? Two hours to where it's 3:45. Why would I have to count back 10 minutes? Yes.
Because you went 10 minutes over.
Right, because I went 10 minutes over. So 2 hours is 10 minutes more than 1 hour and 50 minutes. Okay, does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
So that's why if I did it this way, that's fine, but you just can't forget to subtract that 10 minutes that you added on. to go 2 hours ahead, okay? So the hands on the clock would then be at 3:35. What would that look like? Where is the shorthand pointing?
The 7. Oh, the 3.
It's all, if it's 3:35,
It'll be at the 3.
Like a bit after the 3.
it'd be kind of after the 3, kind of oops, that's too long. It'd be kind of between the 3 and the 4 because it's about halfway. Because 3:35, the long hand should be pointing right here at the 7. So that hour hand is going, it should be almost exactly between 3 and 4. Because if it was exactly in the middle, then my time would be 3:30. So it's going to be just past the middle a little bit, closer to the 4. As that long hand keeps swiveling around to go back up this way to the 12, this hour hand is slowly turning to the next big number on the clock. Okay, let's do a little bit of multiplication practice. We are going to not use our multiplication table. We're going to try to use our brains. Now, do you have a multiplication table somewhere that you can use? Where at? In your journal. You have one in the very front of your journal. You also have one that we glued into your journal as well. What is 9 times 3?
27.
What is 3 times 9?
27.
Thank you. What is 6 times 4?
24.
What is 4 times 6?
24.
What is 7 times 8?
56.
What is 8 times 7? What is 5 times 8? What is 8 times 5?
40.
40 again. Okay. We're going to show 10:35 right here. Okay, this clock is showing 10:35. If it's morning, what time will it be 2 hours and 25 minutes later? So I'm going to do 2 hours later. What time would it be if I just went 2 hours later?
It'd be 4:25.
I'm at,
Oh.
so it'd be 11:35 1 hour later, or 12:35 for 2 hours later. But it's not just 2 hours, it's 2 hours and 25 minutes. So 2 hours later, I'm at 12:35. So I need to go 25 more minutes. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. What happens to this hour hand? What number is it on now?
1.
It's at exactly 1 o'clock. So this would be 1 o'clock. Would it be a.m. or p.m.?
And
I started at 10:35 a.m., so now it's going to be p.m. Why? Think about what time you're at school. Are we at school at 10:35 a.m.?
Yes.
We're usually eating our snack around then. So 2 hours and 25 minutes later is going to be
PM.
about the time you're coming here. So it's p.m. because it's after lunch, right?
it's in the
Okay,
afternoon.
it's in the afternoon, exactly. If it is morning, what time was it 6 hours and 30 minutes ago? So I'm going to erase this so we're not confused. I want 6 hours and 30 minutes ago. So 10:35 a.m., 6.5 hours prior to that. So first I want to go back 6 hours. If I just went back 6 hours, where would that put me? 9:35 would be 1 hour. 8:35 would be 2 hours. 7 is 3, 6 is 4, 5 is 6. So 4:35. Good job. So 4:35 is 6 hours. But it's saying and 30 minutes. So what do I have to do with that clock? I'm not going forward, remember. I'm not going this way. I'm going backwards 30 minutes. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So my hour hand should, or my minute hand should be pointing at the 1. So my shorthand, that looks a little long, kind of confusing. My shorthand is about right here, and my long hand is at 05. So what time is that?
4:30.
4,
45.
what is it?
4,
05 a.m. It says, if it is morning, what was it 6 hours and 30 minutes ago? So I'm going backwards. I'm still in the morning hours.
Dang, that's like it.
Okay, your work today is going to start on page 180, and you're doing all 30 problems. I'm going to pass out your paper to you so you can get started as soon as you get it. If you have questions, let me know while you work.